Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed.
I'm your boy Cameo.
And we are recording an all-new episode of Nerds to Men. Actually, part 2 of one that will never get released, I guess.
So shouldn't this be take 3? Because I think we messed up on the first one. Or I say I did. And we had to redo the opening. So
oh yeah,
I think I think this is take 3.
Man, too many takes. But as you
when you're amateurish, it's going to happen. So
yeah, as you can see, we are not in the house or in my permanent studio yet. I'm in what will be my office, and
okay.
Right now it's the cat's room. So they're locked out though, so no ruining the show today. But and if the sound quality isn't as great as usual, I'm efforting that issue as well. But you know what? I would imagine by next weekend I'll be in my studio. So
nice.
Yeah, I gotta paint it, and I could have actually probably done it in my studio today, but it's kind of cold and
yeah, you gotta be warm for the show.
Yeah, so I don't have any cool backgrounds to put up, or else I would do that. But I figure, hey,
together,
we need to do a show. I mean, it's crap. It's been a couple weeks anyway, and we did a show where we talked about all the amazing things that are happening, and
right.
Again, sound issues put the kibosh on that. So, Cameo, how's your week been?
Everything's been pretty good. Work has been kind of stressful this last week. We're about to close out the year because, the holidays. But other than that, man,
Honda days.
Everything right. But
Toyota Truck Month. No, they don't do.
I feel like that's every month. Like I see that every month.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live skit that they did where the guy comes out and he's got, it's like all the car commercials. It's Christmas Day and he's got a bow on the car and he's giving it to his wife and she's like, "What are you doing? We can't afford this." And then the neighbor comes out and he's like, "You just borrowed money from me last week and now you're buying a car for Christmas?" He's like, "I want my money back."
I haven't seen that. It sounds familiar.
It was from yesterday, I guess. Kristen
Wiig.
Kristen Wiig was the host, and it was the Timothy. Is it Charlemagne or how do you say his name?
I don't know. I don't think I watched. Yeah, I don't think I watched last week's.
Yeah, it was him when he was hosting. There was also one, I don't know if it was that one or a couple weeks ago, Pete Davidson did a spoof on Eminem. Did you see that one?
Yes, I saw that one.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Would. That one's pretty good. Yeah. So Saturday Night Live, actually, I think they've been doing really good this season.
Yeah, they had some pretty good hosts this season. I still by far think Dave Chappelle was my favorite one.
Oh, of course.
Well, actually, him and Eddie Murphy were my favorites this year.
Eddie Murphy?
Yep, Eddie Murphy hosted this year.
Wait. I don't know why I don't remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when. I know it was like a couple months ago, I think. Yeah, it had to be a couple of months ago.
I can't believe I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. He did his I don't know, were you very familiar with SNL back in the day when he was on it?
I do remember him hosting now because he did some of the, like he did what was the name of the character? It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah. I can't remember the name, but yeah, that's what I say. He did that one.
Did he do Buckwheat too?
That I don't remember.
I feel like he did on this one. Yeah. I think that was the season opener, wasn't it? Or was it last season?
No, it was this season.
Well, I feel like it has to be the season opener then.
Yeah. But I can't remember. But those two. I'm kind of upset that Kristen Wiig didn't do a spoof off of Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh, did you watch last night's?
Yeah. I was kind of sad that didn't happen. But since her movie is coming out this Friday,
yeah,
in theaters and HBO Max, which I saw that HBO Max is only going to stream it for 31 days.
Really?
So yeah. So if you're planning on seeing it in the theaters, cool. But if you're not going to go see it in the theaters, you have 31 days from Christmas Day to watch it. So
right
on HBO Max. On HBO Max.
This, you see the light on my face? It's killing me. It's killing me. Like, I am so uncomfortable not being in my studio now. You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy. Anyway, we'll get through it though. One more week. But yeah, so Saturday Night Live's been really good. And again, I mentioned that we had to redo the show. This one might not be much better sound-wise. Who knows? The problem is, since we do it on Zoom, I can't hear myself till after the show. And so sometimes there's like some issues or something that I'm like, crap. But the reason that we wanted to do the shows, of course, we're going to talk about The Mandalorian. We got the season finale was this weekend, and we kind of will recap the two before that. But before that, there was just all kinds of news that's come out in the last couple weeks that we wanted to do a late breaking show, and then we wanted to do a later breaking show, and now we're like, man, it's old news now. But I am excited about a few things because they were announcing all the Marvel and the Disney stuff that's going to be coming out on Disney Plus. And so a few of them, like She-Hulk, I thought that sounds like a good one with Mark Ruffalo coming back for that. I believe Armored Wars is Don Cheadle.
Yep.
It's not Secret Wars, right? It's Secret... What was it called? Secret something. But that's the one with Samuel L. Jackson's coming back for. I have a few of them pulled up on our Facebook page. But those are the ones that stood out to me. There's a I Am Groot. I bet that one's kind of like more of an animated.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Secret Invasion with I'm gonna assume it's gonna have to deal with him being on the sword.
Yeah.
Which is basically what you see at the very end of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that's what that's gonna have to be dealing with.
And then do you think that's going to set up like Secret Wars? Because I hear that might be the next like phase of Marvel movies.
Yeah, I think that might be what was it? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. But I think that's going to be like one of the probably going to tie up like how Endgame was the tie up of the I guess the phase 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Or 3 or whatever. How many phases was in the first one? But I think that's going to be like the big, huge shebang. And I think that's why Sony signed another deal just recently, I think on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. Sometime this late in the week that Sony has signed another deal with MC or Disney for Tom Holland to be in some more Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, or MCU movies, I should say.
Yeah. And then there's the What If series.
Yeah, it's going to be all animated. I like that.
It is animated. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then is that the one? Is it going to start off with Vision? And I know that there was one that was, of course, it sounds like WandaVision, but I thought there was going to be another show that was going to kind of kick that off.
Legends.
Oh, is that Legends?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marvel Legends, that was another one that I saw that was coming, which I don't know anything about Marvel Legends. You said it was, what did you tell me that was about?
Basically, it's just going to give more in-depth inside look to the heroes.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we're gonna know more things about heroes that haven't had their own movies. So basically, like Wanda and Vision. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's going to be, stuff. Well, no, because Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to have their show. Who else? Basically, the smaller time heroes that made us a play in. I'm pretty sure there might be something with Okoye from Black Panther. But I mean, who knows?
Well, there was a lot of Marvel stuff coming. I'm so excited because Mandalorian's over and it's not coming back till next December, like Christmas, I think. Christmas Day of next year or something like that.
Mhm.
So there's not a whole lot to watch right now. And of course, again, we're stuck at home for the most
Right.
part. So I believe that they are just ramping everything up. Now, Star Wars, well, before we get to Star Wars, Moon Knight's coming, which I'm very excited about. We've been talking about that. And then Fantastic Four. Now, this isn't going to be a show, but it's going to be a movie. Have you heard any casting news yet?
No, I haven't.
I'm still hearing John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
That's what it seems like. I would love for that to happen. I did hear that they were having a meeting, but it wasn't for sure on what it was for, though.
Gotcha.
But I'm pretty sure that's what it might be for.
So, Star Wars, there's the Acolyte. It's like going to be kind of like some kind of mystery.
Okay.
And see, so the thing about the Star Wars is me and you love Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
But we're not like Star Wars, I don't know how to say it, experts though.
Right.
And so you could tell us this and I'm going to be excited, but I can't give you the in-depth of, Acolyte, that's got to be this guy and this guy. So Rangers of the New Republic, that's another one I think. Man, that sounds great. What's it about? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be with Gina Carano. I can't remember her name. Cara Dune.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Mandalorian. She might be in it. I don't know.
Ahsoka, of course, we kind of figured Rosario Dawson was going to get a spinoff, and that's been made official. And then Visions, no idea what that is. Probably something to do with Baby Grogu.
Ew.
He's having his Jedi visions. I don't know.
Just call him Baby Yoda. Don't call him Grogu.
Probably actually has nothing to do with any of those, to be...
Probably not.
Yeah, but somebody on the comments said it could possibly be like a Marvel Elseworlds.
Oh, maybe.
So, man, so much. Patty Jenkins, who, we mentioned directed Wonder Woman, has been announced that she will direct Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And I'm so excited because Rogue Squadron, here's what I know about Rogue Squadron. They're a bunch of badasses. I love the game.
Yeah. I need to play it. It's like $40 on the PlayStation Network right now.
Just the Squadrons game? Yeah, but remember the Rogue Squadron game that came out? It was like on the Nintendo 64? That one was one of my favorites.
I think I played it, but man, if it happened within the last 15, 20 years, I probably don't remember playing it.
Back in the day. Day. Well, Rogue One, to me, that was one of the better Star Wars movies that's come out lately. So you tell me Rogue Squadron, and I say, nailed it. You got it right. There's also a couple more movies that have nothing to do with Star Wars. Willow, which...
I love that movie back in the day.
Yeah, I think that's a good one that's ripe for... I don't know if it's a remake or a sequel. I don't know. Because I would like for it to have Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Val Kilmer, he's a little worse for wear. I don't know if he could pull it off.
Probably not.
And then Lightyear. It's the Buzz from Toy Story prequel, I guess, his origin story, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah, and Chris Evans will be voicing Mr. Lightyear.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Well, there's a couple more Star Wars things I did want to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, if you liked Clone Wars, there's going to be Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
I like their little story lines. When they got a few episodes here and there, and so I think it'll be a good spinoff. What did you think about The Bad Batch?
Oh man, I love them in the Clone Wars. So is it going to be animated too?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I thought they were pretty unique. I guess they were the obviously the Bad Batch that didn't get all the genes the regular clones had. I guess I'm not sure what the exact reasoning was. I got to watch those episodes again to remember. But yeah, from what I can remember, I really enjoyed their episodes that they had on Clone Wars for sure.
Another big thing that came out: Hayden Christensen returning as Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, and the Obi-Wan series that they're going to get with Ewan McGregor.
Cannot wait, man.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one's high on my list. So high. That one's just going to be through the roof with people watching it. And then one more news story I want to hit before we get to talking about The Mandalorian. I wanted to get your opinion on this because I think I already know. But Marvel has said they will not replace Chadwick Boseman in the next Black Panther movie. And so what are you hearing as far as who is going to be the Black Panther going forward? I know they're not replacing him, but I've heard that there might be, some stuff with his sister possibly.
Yeah, that's what happens in the comics, at least. Whenever he steps down from, or I wouldn't say step down, whenever he's not the Black Panther anymore, Shuri steps in to be the Black Panther. I did hear a little rumor, which I thought this would probably be, pretty good. But before I get into the rumor, my feelings on that is, so at the beginning of, them talking about what was going to happen with Black Panther, I was like, yeah, let's not recast, let's just keep the story moving. But I think that was when my emotions were really high. And, nobody could do better than what was already set before us. So, now thinking about it, and it's like, it's not any different than recasting somebody on a TV series. What basically comes to mind is the mom, Aunt Vivian.
Yeah.
On Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They didn't kill her off. They just recasted Aunt Viv. So I feel like, they should probably do something like that. But what I did see on the tons of nerd blogs that I've been on, they were saying, possibly Shuri might be the Black Panther as of now, but with everything that's going on with the multiverse, and we're getting tons of different Spider-Mans right now, maybe we might find a T'Challa in a different universe that might be the Black Panther that will be in this MCU, the normal Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm hoping they kind of do something like that, but I mean, I don't think that they should just kill T'Challa off. I'm hoping that they're hearing people's cries and ideas about what, how this should go. But I'm thinking, or I'm hoping that they don't kill him off, that he gets sucked into some multiverse thing that he can't get out of. And we, get a new T'Challa, but Shuri is going to be taken over while he's gone.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to start just fan casting,
Right.
But I would tell you, I was watching Tenet a while back, and something just kind of hit me about James Washington, and I was like, I feel like if you were going to, he might be a good candidate. That's all I'm going to say about it.
I wouldn't be mad because I loved Tenet. I watched it over the weekend. Too. Man, it was so good.
I did too. I really liked it. I know it was hard to follow in certain areas and
not if you know what time travel is. Jeez.
I also heard that there was a tie-in with one of his original movies, Memento. So I got to go back and kind of watch that and see what's up with that. But so that was just, I don't know why when I was watching it, because I really have enjoyed James Washington's movies lately. He was in that one. He was in another Spike Lee movie, and then of course he was in the show with The Rock on HBO, that football show.
Oh,
so
was it Ballers or something?
Ballers, yeah, and that was when I was like, man, this guy reminds me of somebody. I just can't put my finger on it. And then when I found out he's Denzel's son, I was like,
Man, anytime that he said a line in that movie in Tenet, I swore it was Denzel talking.
He just sounds a little bit, or has some of his mannerisms. There's just, you can tell that they're related. So
right. Like Denzel's voice is obviously older and deeper than his son's, but like I swear, if obviously they're going to do a biopic about Denzel, obviously they would pick his son. Because I don't think he looks like Denzel at all. He just sounds like him.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't really look like him now.
No. But like he was really good in that movie. And if that was a possibility, I'm hoping they're looking at him.
I mean, again, nobody might be into that, but I just something about James Washington, when I was watching that, for some reason I think he could do it. I think he could, because
the fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah.
And I will say this though, if they were to cast Denzel Jr., because I won't call him James, Denzel Jr.
You just ain't gonna call anybody by their names.
Nope.
Okay, all right.
Except for Cassius Clay. His mother named him that, and that's what I'm gonna call him.
Whatever.
Can't wait for Coming to America too, man. But anyways, if they were, or sorry, what I was gonna say is that Denzel and Chadwick Boseman have a history. So I'd feel like I think that would be an appropriate thing if it was James Washington to take over that role.
You mean baby Denzel?
Yes.
You mentioned this, so let's just talk about it real quick. I know everybody's dying for us to spoil Mandalorian. But everybody's going to be in this next Spider-Man movie, right? Like, I think
that's what it seems like.
I saw the Green Goblin and Sandman. We've heard Andrew Garfield's a go.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield's a go.
What about Toby?
Toby, he did go on set for costume fitting, but not for sure if they hammered out a contract that he's willing to sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody posted a picture of him and they made it look like old man Peter Parker, Yeah.
And
I was like, I could, that's kind of cool. But who else did we say?
Kirsten Dunst,
Jamie Foxx.
This movie,
how are they even, this movie's going to be too big. Like, it's just going to be too big.
Yeah. There was something on YouTube that, and I don't really trust them because they've usually gotten things wrong. But excuse me. But they were saying how the majority of the people that are going to be in there are going to have just cameos. So the big people like, Dr. Octopus, Electro, Sandman, they might be fighting in some sense, but it might be like maybe only 5-minute screen time.
Like, however they end up coming to this universe or whatever, which I think we've talked about, we think Doctor Strange is going to have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But like, it might show that Spider-Man fighting those guys, because whoever's still alive or whatever in that universe. And then like they come here, like something like that, maybe, where it's not. Yeah, I could see that.
I did hear that this might be the setup for the Sinister Six, since we already have these, villains already set up in these other universes. They might come together from the different universes and to fight either Tom Holland or, maybe fight the team up between Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. So, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but I did hear that this might be the reason this might be the reason for the Sinister Six movie.
No Topher Grace though. Still haven't heard from Topher.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put him back in. I hope not.
I would like to see that though. I'd like to see him stand next to Tom Hardy's Venom, because it would just look like Topher was cosplaying Venom.
Yeah,
at that point, right?
It did. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I love Topher Grace. Don't get me wrong, but not a great choice for Venom. Then, not that he was horrible, and just that he was okay, but you know, I don't know. Like that, Tom Hardy's definitely the better Venom. Can we not agree on that? We can agree. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Cameo. I hope everybody's seen it.
If you haven't, you probably got it already spoiled.
Yeah, well, if you're following Cameo on Facebook.
What? I didn't even say anything.
Okay, you didn't because, but let's just say spoilers. We're spoiling the crap out of the last 3 episodes.
Yes. But before we do that, I want to say I couldn't enjoy the last episode. And the reason why is because I woke Friday morning and I was, on YouTube, and, I don't know if everybody's phones is set up that way. If you're on your smartphone and you're scrolling through a YouTube video, then it starts to play. Well, that's what happened to me. And I already knew who the person was. And I was just like, and I'll tell you more about it once we get into the last episode. But I was upset that it did get spoiled for me Friday morning, and I hadn't even touched the episode yet.
Well, all I did, I saw you and your wife had yours was like a reaction, but neither of you spoiled it. But it gave me an idea what I thought was going to happen, but that's not what happened. So that ended up working out. Okay.
All right.
So, but let's back up a couple episodes, because our last show we recapped up to 5. Yes. Yeah. And so in episode 6, Boba Fett shows up, which was awesome, and helps kind of save the day, basically. And then, but he doesn't really save the day, because Moff Gideon shows up to basically steal Baby Yoda.
Right.
And he's successful, so it ends up leaving the Mandalorian and Boba Fett to have to team up to go rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple things in that episode that stuck out to me. Moff Gideon blew up the Mandalorian ship, so now he has no ship, no little Bubba, no little baby Yoda to hang out with, and, all he's got is his Beskar, right?
Yep.
So, but he does have Boba Fett to hang out with, and that was cool, because when he showed up, when he flew in on Slave One, I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And then he ended up getting his outfit back, even though he had the dad bod.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to let some out on this costume. It hasn't fit me in a long time. But
yeah, I said it on the last or the take 2 of this episode.
The last show.
Yeah, the last show. That he reminded me of one of those old small town jocks that still wears his jersey and he's all out of shape. And he was like the varsity champ and all-time, all-state champ, whatever. But yeah, it's what Boba Fett kind of reminded me of.
See, so it raised one question for me, though, because we had speculated on who was going to come to find Baby Yoda, because he's on this Jedi planet that's, the Force is real strong there. And they were saying he'd be a beacon, and they thought a Jedi would show up. Now, I had made the point before that it might not be a Jedi. It might be a Sith that shows up.
Yeah.
Well, it was neither. It was Moff Gideon. But as we know, the Emperor or the Empire usually has a Sith Lord, in at least advising.
Yeah.
Now, so the question I had was, though, that how did Moff Gideon know where he was? Because he's not a Sith. He doesn't use the Force that I know of. But he was able to find him. So I think I thought it was going to happen before the season was over, and it didn't. I thought we were going to find out, who that Sith Lord might be, but I still think it's going to end up being like a Darth Maul or something. But is that like an oversight, you think? Or do you think they'll tie that up? Because to me, there hasn't been many oversights.
That I don't know. I will say, though, I feel like Moff Gideon has been keeping track. He's slowly, playing the long game.
Yeah.
Where, the Mandalorian is basically playing the short game, trying to get to point A to point B. Well, Moff Gideon, who, probably is getting counsel from a Sith Lord or, Palpatine or however they're going to play this out. But I feel like he already knows what's going on, and he's, a guy that's always 10 steps ahead, I feel like.
Yeah. So that could be it too. He just might have had his feelers out, knew that's where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happened. So then to jump into the next episode, it wasn't a filler episode, but it wasn't the rescue. They had to find out basically where Baby Yoda was going. So they had to find the coordinates, which I say it was kind of a filler, but it was so action-packed that it was one of my favorite episodes other than the season finale. Because I feel like all the episodes just got better and better as the season went on. But there was just a lot of action in that one, including a great standoff where I believe his name is Richard Brake. He's in like a lot of Rob Zombie movies, horror stuff. And he was great. He was such a great pick to play this Empire. He wasn't an admiral, but he was one of the leaders,
right?
That Bill Burr's character had actually served under. And so there was this standoff and this great scene where Bill Burr's character is getting more agitated. The Mandalorian's like, because he's had to take off his mask at this point, his helmet,
right? So
you can see his face and his facial expressions, and he's like, "What are you doing? We need to get in and get out. What are you doing?"
Right.
And it ends up in a shootout. It was a firefight.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up blasting their way out, and he ended up Bill Burr's character got like some sweet justice because he blew up the whole place. It was like on a dam.
Right.
But like just
watch your mouth.
It was just the scene at the beginning where they're running from the pirates, and then like I say, while they've kind of snuck into this base. So it was very intense episode all the way around. I loved it. And so then it basically gave them the coordinates, and they're getting ready to go rescue Baby Yoda. And that brings us to the finale.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get to the finale part, I will say at the very end of chapter, 15, where they get the coordinates and stuff. The development of the Mandalorian from episode 1, who cared about nothing, just about getting paid,
right,
and upgrading his armor and blah 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 blah. He didn't want nothing to do with the Empire or anything like that. But you see, from episode 1, season 1, to episode 7 in season 2, how he has developed from a cold-hearted bounty hunter to a loving father figure. Because his last little scene, his message to Moff Gideon was so true.
Right.
It was like especially if you're a parent, like, that person means so much to me. You have no idea. You better watch your back.
Yeah. And
that was like that part touched me, and I was like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my child. Like, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I thought that was good. There was another thing that happened in It was another episode where Moff Gideon's kind of teasing Baby Yoda with the dark saber, and he's encouraging Baby Yoda to become to embrace the dark side, because when Baby Yoda puts the chokehold on the stormtroopers, or was it stormtroopers or
yeah, they were the stormtroopers.
yeah. He was like, Moff Gideon had like a gleam in his eye, like, oh, he's gonna do it. But that was you're right. They built it up so good to make it like where it's so emotional, because we get to the finale then, and it's the rescue. So they end up making their way onto Moff Gideon's ship. We found out a couple of cool things, like really cool. So I thought they were a bunch of Darth Vader suits that he was standing next to.
No, they were actually robots.
Yeah, they were dark troopers.
Yeah.
And they were robots, like these droids, almost unstoppable. Those were cool. The only thing I have to say was, and maybe because they ended up not being such the murder machines I thought they'd be, but I was like, man, these things are so cool. Why weren't they how come they haven't introduced those into any of the other movies or anything? I mean, they probably came up with it just for this show, but they're going to have to incorporate those things going forward, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those were cool.
Or because I did hear, because I watched somebody, breaking down the episode, and they're like we've told you before, we love Star Wars, but we're not, well educated to know the backstory of different things.
Yeah, like I haven't read all the books, and I know I've got a general knowledge, but there's probably a lot that I've left out.
Right. So what I was going to say is that this guy was saying that the dark troopers were like, they're so expensive to maintain, because you see how long it took for them to up the batteries for the dark troopers. Well, I think that's probably one reason why we haven't seen them in the last trilogy or anything that has preceded these this timeline. But yeah, I heard it was they take time to charge, and they have to be at full battery for them to even to function. So it's probably something like that. That's why we don't see them. But they were pretty cool. These were like the Terminators of Star Wars.
They were. It was a lot like the Terminators of Star Wars. So
and when Mandalorian was getting pounded in the face, oh my goodness.
That looked like that hurt.
Yes.
So he finally gets, to Moff Gideon. They fight. He captures Moff Gideon. He gets baby Yoda, and then they get stuck in the bridge as those. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, whenever they were basically saying, I just want the kid, Mandalorian was saying, I just want the kid.
Yeah,
and he was like, oh, go ahead.
Well, because he was saying give this darksaber to Bo-Katan. I don't care. Because technically it belongs to the Mandalorian now, because you have to win it in battle. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I was like, man, because I was about to get upset, because I was like, if this is how it ends, I'm going to be so mad. So, obviously I had to pause the episode to see how long it was, because I didn't check before. There was still like 20 minutes left, I think, from that point. So I was like, okay, something's going to happen then. And when Moff Gideon was like, you know what, fine, take him. I already got what I wanted from him, and they passed. And then he lit up that black, or the dark saber. And then that huge old fight scene, I was like, thank God. I was like, man, if this would have ended like that, I would have been very upset. Right. But yeah, I love that part. But anyways, yeah, so we're stuck on the bridge now.
And so we get to like the hugest reveal of the show. And when the Jedi ship shows up, I still wasn't sure. But when he gets out, I was like, oh, I know who that is. I mean, you could tell by the way he was dressed. Then he had the green lightsaber, and you could, he had the black hand.
And the white hand. So
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't Mace Windu.
Right. So Luke Skywalker, oh my God. And the cool thing was, we had talked about who we thought maybe could be a young Luke. They didn't go with that. They used Mark Hamill, the CGI'd the young Luke onto somebody else probably.
Yeah.
But crazy that was, because they did that a year ago, and that was so under wraps. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I got chills.
No, dude, and that was the part that screwed it up for me. So that little snippet, I didn't even click on the video.
Oh.
It just automatically already started playing. And I'm gonna pull up a video, but that scene where he comes off the elevator and lights up his lightsaber and just starts going to town on the dark troopers, I was like, what?
Did that remind you of anything?
Yeah, it reminded me of was it Rogue Squad or
Rogue One, where the
Rogue
Darth
One,
Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, to me, that had to have been like a tribute to that scene.
Oh, I think it was. Because
man, that's what we want to see, some more badass.
So this is what happened. I'm on YouTube right now. You see that top video playing? I'm not even clicked on it because you can see all the other ones.
Yeah.
So, you scroll to the next video.
Yeah.
It'll start playing. And I was just like, are you serious?
Oh.
So I was just like, oh, man. So I was kind of upset when Luke Skywalker did show up because I was like, man, maybe it was fake. But I was like, well, it is a whole bunch of, dark troopers that are in the episode. So I was like, maybe somebody just CGI'd that stuff. And then when it popped up, I was like,
dude, that was awesome. It was so
awesome.
It
was amazing.
It's just so cool that they're able to give us these things that we really want. Like Mandalorian would have been fine without Luke Skywalker, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But that's just the fan service that everybody wants. And like I say, they gave him a great fight scene like Darth Vader's in Rogue One. So good. So good. Yeah. So Luke, comes in and basically tells him like, hey, Baby Yoda's mine. He wants to go with me. He wants you to give him permission. So they had their little scene where they say goodbye to each other. And oh my God. Like
that was
when here in the edited version, they're going to see this. It was all the crying Kevin Smiths, like all of them.
I don't know
filling up the whole screen of crying Kevin Smiths for that ending.
Man, it was very touching. I didn't think that it was going to be, that heart, wrenching for me.
For a puppet. We're all crying over a puppet.
Right. And I want to show you, this was Kevin Smith after the episode.
Yeah, of course.
That was him.
That was everyone, though.
Bawling.
That was everyone. I don't know anybody who loves that show who probably didn't get a little verklempt.
Right.
I didn't outright bawl. I didn't cry, but I was like, I feel tight.
I saw Jerry saying that he was very emotional in that episode. Mm-hmm. I saw Jay Mills. He said he was very emotional. I mean, I've seen everybody that was on my Facebook page, Instagram, saying, "Man, that was the episode."
So good. Like when he was down there at his pants, like looking up. Oh.
But I did like how he doesn't like to walk. But I guess because everybody carries him.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because you would have thought that maybe when Mando was, said his last goodbyes, he would just hand him off to Luke. Well, he just put him down, and then he turns around, messes with R2-D2 for a second, and then looks up at Luke and was like, "Pick me up."
Yeah. That's funny.
But man, that was such an amazing episode, and I kind of wish that Jon Favreau was at the helm of the last trilogy for Star Wars, because I mean, I know he was probably, obviously working on this series, but it's so crazy how he and Dave Filoni have basically rebooted the whole Star Wars thing.
Oh, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of basically almost how do I say basically it had the old formula for the original Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, man. Like, Jon Favreau is a genius. There's a meme going around how like 3 different things. Elf, which I didn't know he did that.
Elf was one of his first ones.
Yeah, and that was probably one of the funniest movies ever. Then he booted up the MCU with Iron Man, and then now Star Wars. So it's just like, this dude is a genius.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he even, like I said, he probably was already working on this series, but it's just like, why wasn't he even talked to for episode, what was it, 7?
He needs to be put in charge of Star Wars going forward. And I have a feeling he probably has something. They're at least asking him for his opinions for all these spinoffs. If they're not, you're idiots.
They're dumb.
Yeah,
they're dumb.
So dumb. So go. Just one thing. I want you to look forward just a little bit before we get to the end of credits scene.
Okay.
So obviously we know that Luke takes Grogu, and we know that Luke ends up running the school that Kylo Ren attends and then kills everybody. Now, I told you I didn't think that Grogu was going to end up going to that school, so no, I didn't think Kylo Ren ends up killing him. Do you think that you think Kylo Ren kills him, and that's why we never saw him in the last 3 movies? Other than the fact that probably they just hadn't invented him yet. But is that how they explain it?
No, I don't think so. Because we see Luke looking like he's, he just defeated Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
And, killed his dad. I mean, I know he really didn't kill his dad, but basically, that happened. So what I'm thinking is that Grogu, we all know that he's super strong with the Force. He's very, in tune with it because, of his Yoda race. I feel like he's already gone. I think he might be with, if he's not doing something with the Mandalorian, I think he might be on his own journey.
I hope so.
But I think because Kylo Ren, if you look back at the, was it the second or episode 8, where we see Luke talking about him trying to kill Kylo?
Oh yeah, was it, or the last one?
I can't remember whichever episode that was. What's his name? Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, was already older.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Grogu has already been graduated or already mastered what his, whatever.
The reason I think he might is because he ages so slow. But hopefully you're right, because listen, I can forgive Kylo Ren for killing Han Solo. He was old. If he kills Baby Yoda, I'm done with him. We're not cool anymore, me and Kylo.
Yeah.
But you never know, your Professor Snape looking Sith Lord ass.
Dang, tell us how you really feel, Brad.
I saw somebody say that Kylo Ren ought to play a young Professor Snape, and I was like, that could be cool.
Work.
That could be cool. Yeah. That could be cool. Okay, so let's and listen. If you didn't watch after the credits, which I almost didn't.
Me too.
I think it might have been Jeremy Miller that had said, be sure to watch after the credits. I was like, oh crap, let me turn it back on real quick. And I did. And that was a pretty dope scene too. And so it's setting up one of 2 things. So I want to ask you about this. So it's Boba Fett. He goes to Jabba the Hutt's castle, which I want to live in Jabba the Hutt's lair. That is a cool place to live.
Yeah.
And it's not, of course, Jabba the Hutt's long gone, but It's that one guy that used to hang out with Jabba the Hutt. He must have taken over. The guy with those white things that come off of their head, like kind of like what Ahsoka has.
Yeah,
but I can't remember exactly what happened. Like if there was if I feel like I know he was on that ship that Boba Fett was on when Boba Fett got thrown into the Sarlacc pit. So I can't remember. I had to go back and look and see. Did that guy push him or did something happen? My bet is they owe him money.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because he's a bounty hunter. If he's going to go kill somebody, it's probably for the cheddar. But, yeah. So he comes in, he blasts that dude, and he sits on the throne. And it says, Book of Boba coming December 2021.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, is The Mandalorian going to be about Boba Fett next season? And kind of get away from... what's his name? Din
Djarin.
Are they going to get away from him for a little while? Or is he going to be mixed up with Boba Fett still? Or is there going to be a spin-off show? Because they didn't announce a spin-off show. And when it said December of 2021, that is when Mandalorian Season 3 is coming back. So what do you think? I think. Go ahead.
I think what's going to happen is that it's going to be about Boba Fett and his whatever he's got going on. I feel like also too that Mando will be in this, but I would say probably as much as Boba was in this, but maybe a little bit more, maybe a cameo in each episode.
So you think it'll kind of flip? Episode. It'll be more about Boba Fett next season.
Yeah. Because I think with the fan service that they got when Boba Fett came on, like, I mean, after the first episode where we see Boba Fett's face, everybody was like, oh yeah, like I can't believe Boba's back and blah 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 blah. And then when that was like my whole feed on social media that day, when he puts on his armor for the first time, the internet blew up on that. So I'm thinking, people love Boba and they are wanting to see what he could have been. And I think also too with the original actor that played Boba Fett,
Jeremy Bulloch.
Yeah, Jeremy Bulloch, who passed away
at 70. He was 75.
Yeah, this week, wasn't it? Was it this week or last
this week?
Okay, so I think that they're going to pay homage to him next season with Boba Fett. So I feel like it's going to be about Boba Fett, and Mando will show up from time to time.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you might be right. I feel like that it will be more Boba centric, but we will see Mando here and there because the show, I think, isn't just going to get rid of Din Djarin altogether.
Oh no, I think they're going to probably let him. I say mourn because he lost his child.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna, give him a rest and, focus on Boba Fett, and then, he's gonna come back. And who knows what the time jump is going to be from now until that episode. We might be able to see part of where Luke Skywalker starts his school up or whatever. You never know. I mean, I doubt it. I doubt that'll happen, but if it does, you heard it here first. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping is Mando will be in the series, because you can't really, like you said, you can't really just get rid of the guy that kicked off basically is I want to say rebooting the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's just like Iron Man in the MCU.
Yeah.
So, he might, like I said, might do some cameo appearances in Boba's story.
I hope so. I don't want to see the end of Din Djarin. I don't think we will, and I don't think we've seen the last of Baby Grogu. I just think that they won't be maybe the main focus of next season, which is fine. We got 2 seasons and they wrapped it up. in a way that I feel like was totally satisfying. But, you know, he told him he's going to see him again. They better make good on that promise.
Right.
Because I'm out if it doesn't. I'll go watch Star Trek. I got CBS All Access now.
Oh, whoop. I need that password, by the way. But yeah, if they don't, then they screwed up the franchise then.
Because like I said, I don't mind veering off and letting it be more Boba Fett centric next, you know, watching them drive around in Boba Fett's vet, you know.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want to say just farewell forever to Din Djarin and Baby Grogu. And I still think that Baby Grogu is going to end up in his own show somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the last we've seen of either of those people. So
no, not at all. And I think the reason for Boba Fett's story is, one, he is a bounty hunter. Two, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that owe him money, and he never got around to it because of the Sarlacc pit and him losing his armor. So I do feel like there's some stories that are untold from his point of view that we're going to see next season.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Cameo, I think that's the end of this show. I think this one will be good. I think this one will make it on the air.
This will make the cut. This is it.
I sure hope. Even if the audio isn't great, I'm putting it up. I'm just going to put it up. And, you know, we keep saying we're going to go weekly. We're going to do... The studio is almost done. Like, I just got to throw up some paint. I could have done it today, but it's just a lot of work.
Hey, it's okay.
It's been a lot of work.
I remember painting my house, and that it's not fun. No, it's not fun at all.
But yeah, so we definitely will be back next week after we watch Wonder Woman.
Yep, which we recorded this on Sunday. So Wonder Woman comes out in theaters and HBO Max this Friday, Christmas Day.
Yep. So we'll be watching that. We'll do another show, and that's that. So until then,
keep it nerdy.
Put a smile on your face.
Honda forever.
This is the way.
I just knocked all my figures down. Where's Baby Grogu?
Oh. Unlike the real Mandalorian, you lost Baby Grogu.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're so cute.
So cute.
Him so cute.
Say goodbye to him again. Tear.